video of Bhekimbilo Mbedzi appearing in court in leg irons. You would think normally people who appears in court in leg irons, it would be criminals who would have committed serious crimes such as murder or bank robbery, or serious criminals who would have committed crime. But we know that Bhekimbilo Mbedzi did not commit any crime. Bhekimbilo Mbedzi touched the nerve of those who are criminally occupying political offices in Zimbabwe, such as Emmerson Mnangagwa. There is absolutely nothing wrong that he did. All that he did, he acted in line with the Constitution of Zimbabwe by urging Zimbabweans to participate in the protest that are scheduled to be carried out on the 31st of July 2023. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So there is a heartbreaking video. On the portrait, I've shown the picture of Bhekimbilo Mbedzi appearing in court today, accused of mobilizing the protest. They claim that he is organizing violent protest against Constitutional Amendment Act number 3, which was signed into law by the regime of Emmerson Mnangagwa recently. Ironically, the retired military generals have equally also called for mobilization of Zimbabweans to reject Constitutional Amendment Act number 3 of 2026. But the scared regime of Emmerson Mnangagwa, of course, he will appear addressing people and telling people that he is not scared. But the truth of the matter is that he is scared, especially of people who are part of the deep state in Zimbabwe. He is not scared of the general populace or civilians in Zimbabwe, but when it comes to men who have worn military gear, he is afraid of them. It's quite painful to see a young Zimbabwean whose actually dream and whose hope is to free his nation, whose hope is to see a Zimbabwe that is actually governed according to the Constitution, not a Zimbabwe that is governed by criminal syndicates involving the Zwikanandas. If you look at the video of Bhekimbilo Mbedzi, he did not call for violence. He simply mobilized Zimbabweans, urging them to reject Constitutional Amendment Act number 3, calling them to actually protest, peacefully protest, and also quoting sections of the Constitution of the Republic of Zimbabwe, particularly the Constitution of 2013, saying it is permissible, of which he was telling the truth. The Constitution does not hinder Zimbabweans to protest, to peacefully protest. The Constitution of Zimbabwe does not prohibit the people, any law that prohibits the people of Zimbabwe, such as the MOPO Act, is a law that is created by the criminal syndicates that wants to continue holding Zimbabweans at ransom, as Emmerson Mnangagwa is doing. And I can say, as much as Bhekimbilo Mbedzi appeared to be was struggling to walk in those leg irons. By the way, this is meant to put fear to the people of Zimbabwe so that they don't occupy the streets. Why are they inflicting fear? It is because ZANU-PF is afraid, and it has been leading Zimbabweans with fear. Fear has been actually the instrument that has been used by the regime of ZANU-PF to keep Zimbabweans caged, to keep Zimbabweans actually scared so that they cannot stand for their own rights. I think Mbedzi did that, understanding the regime, the ruthless nature of the regime, but he boldly undertook that step to stand against the regime of Emmerson Mnangagwa, because he is doing the right thing. It is the right thing to be done by Zimbabweans. And also on a positive light, we must perceive this as the proper deal. You know, ZANU-PF fears Zimbabweans that protest or organizes protest because they know protest is the big deal. And we can do well to Bhekimbilo Mbedzi by actually joining this struggle that he has started. Let's continue all in our numbers, mobilizing Zimbabweans to occupy the streets on the 31st of actually July 2023. Pray that the Bhekimbilo Mbedzi's multiply. Let's multiply all of us and speak with one voice. It is legal. It is our rights, our constitutional rights to occupy the streets and demand that the illegal instrument that Emmerson Mnangagwa has actually rubber-stamped, which is the illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3. It is an illegal instrument. Of course, it has been made law. That is the reality, that he has signed it into law, but that doesn't make it the law that has been supported by people. It is a law that has been done through hook and crook. And as such, Zimbabweans deserve to resist this law in its entirety. And Bhekimbilo Mbedzi, it comes with cost to others. It will come with cost. The regime will punish some, but that should not stop the spirit of the people of Zimbabwe. If all of us goes to the streets, they cannot shoot and kill all of us. They don't have jail facilities that can actually put into prison more than 16 million Zimbabweans. They cannot afford to do so. They are not powerful than the 16 million people of Zimbabwe. What they are doing, these are actually the last kicks of a dying horse. They realize the cost that comes with protest. They fear the people of Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa does not have the support of the people of Zimbabwe. And anyone doing the right thing, anyone threatening their existence like Bhekimbilo Mbedzi, that is why they are treating him like a criminal. He is not a criminal. He is a hero of our time. These are the real heroes of our time. Each and every generation has to have its own battles. And this is the battle of the now generation, to get rid of this criminal cartel masquerading as a government and call to an end to these criminals that are abusing state institutions, that are abusing their own citizens, that have turned enemies to their, because they were not voted. By the way, Mnangagwa has never been voted by the people of Zimbabwe. Since 2017, he is a leader who was imposed. He doesn't have a legal standing in Zimbabwe. He is a criminal masquerading as a president. That is why he is acting in such a manner. Zimbabweans, more than any other time, should be determined to fight against this demagogue and make sure that by the 31st of July and beyond, it packs, it's bags. By the way, we shouldn't even give him time to pack his bags. He should actually run. We should make him run for his dear life if he would be able to run. And all Zukanandas, you have seen Zukanandas up in arms. They see that what is ahead of them. That is the 31st of July. Would be actually a mountain to climb. That may be even impossible to climb. You know, it's very, very painful what Mnangagwa is doing. Arresting someone, he did not commit a crime. How has it become a crime to call for people to protest? And to say his video, there is absolutely nothing criminal in that video. He called for the Zimbabweans to peacefully protest and indicated his route. I'll be protesting from the border area to Masungo area. I'm urging the people of Zimbabwe to join me in protesting against the illegal instrument that has been made law that will disadvantage the people of Zimbabwe. I think on the 31st of July, people in solidarity with Bhekimbilo Mbedzi should occupy the streets. Let's make sure the route that he said he would be protesting, if they keep him in prison, Zimbabweans should actually make use of that route and actually fulfill his dream. He is already fighting for the people of Zimbabwe in that prison. And we call upon these criminals, the first number one criminal being Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. We know he doesn't have a conscience, but we call for unconditional removal of Bhekimbilo Mbedzi. There is absolutely nothing wrong that he has done. He is not a criminal like the killer Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, who killed our people during the Kukuraonde genocide. We have killed many. He is a man standing on the blood of the people. That is the man who deserves to be on the leg irons, to be put the leg irons, not Bhekimbilo Mbedzi, because Bhekimbilo Mbedzi has not killed anyone. He did not kill people for the diamonds. He did not kill a woman, brutally kill an innocent woman on that matter. He did not kill, he did not rape children. We've got a president that has been accused of rape, that has never tested the leg irons. Those leg irons belong to Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, not Bhekimbilo Mbedzi. And the Zimbabweans should be more resolute to actually fight against this heartless regime. How do you go after a citizen for actually saying, I will be protesting? He did. Why? Okay, maybe if he was caught protesting, they will. Also, how do these magistrate court really? Do they have magistrates? Do they have conscience to allow a citizen to be in leg irons, knowing very, very well, deep in their conscience, that this man has absolutely done nothing? There is no crime that he did commit. There is absolutely no crime. He did not even incite public violence. This is a shame. This is a shame on you, Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, and your agents, as well as also your proxies. And I'm urging people, on the 31st of July, let's enter the streets. They have provoked us. Let's enter the streets in solidarity with Bhekimbilo Mbedzi. Each and every Zimbabwean should, by now, more than any other time, be resolute to enter the streets and get rid. You don't deserve such a heartless regime, such an anti-people regime, which is creating instruments to keep the people of Zimbabwe caged. We say down with the regime of Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Abasha the regime of Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. But more than any other time, the people of Zimbabwe should be determined to fight for your country. Otherwise, there is nobody who is going to fight for your country. This is the time for us to stand as a nation. Of course, it will come with cost, and it will also cost the regime. Let's stand and fight for what belongs. Zimbabwe is not for Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Zimbabwe is not for Zwikananda. Zimbabwe is for all Zimbabweans who live in it. And we cannot actually allow less than 100 people holding, or the nation holding 16 million people at ransom, as if they are the only ones with a special oxygen. We breathe the same oxygen. What they have done to Bhekimbilo Mbedzi, it should provoke all of us to be determined this time around to enter the streets and demand that those leg irons be removed from Mbedzi and be put to Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, as well as his Zigananda's cartel. You know, I felt pain as I saw that particular video. He does not deserve this. Mnangagwa is cruel. He is the cruel human being to ever exist on the face of Mother Earth. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button